I don't really know what he thought. I mean, his intention was to kill me, but I don't know if he thought I was dead or not. He probably did because he shot me 3 times, so
right.
I should have been, but I'm not.
We ride, we ride, we ride. We ride, we ride. We ride, we ride, we ride.
Alright, so what's up, YouTube? Got our boy Luke in the background. But anyways, this is Waylon and Mia, and we're going to shoot our second video over a story time when she got shot. Not one time, not 2 times, but 3 times. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about, and that's what we're going to do. So let's get it going.
I apologize if this whole video is in fragments because I cannot form a cohesive thought today, but I'm trying, and I'm sorry if I say every 3 words, but Waylon's back here playing Fortnite because he's too emotional and can't sit here while I tell the story, but he's just gonna be back there listening. May 17th, 2018. I got home late that night, and my dad and stepmom, at the time I lived with my dad's stepmom and stepsister, but she was staying with her dad. So my dad and stepmom left the house and left me there by myself for like 45 minutes to go to Walmart because we had no groceries. So they leave, and we leave the garage door open because they're not that far away, and it's not like we expected anything bad to happen. So I hear my dog barking, and she's not the type to really bark that much. Like, she doesn't bark at everything, but she was barking like I had never heard her bark before. And so I was like, okay, something's up. And so I get up and I set my phone on the edge of the bed, and before I can go out my door to like see what's going on, he walks in my doorway. And so we're standing there like face to face, and he's holding a gun, like pointing it at me. And I just look at him, and we're both kind of like, because I don't think he expected me to be there. I think he thought no one was home, because I'm guessing that he watched them like pull out, and so he thought that there was no one else in the house, and we just accidentally left the garage open. And so when he saw me, we were both like in shock. We were like, he walks out of my room, and oh no, I forgot the part where he told me to sit down and put my hands up. So obviously I did what he said. I sat down on the floor and put my hands up. That was so weird. He took my phone and left, and he went out the back door because it's a sliding back door, so you can hear, I knew he went out the back door. So he goes out the back door and he leaves me in there for like 5 minutes, and I'm just sitting there like, what do I do now? And I'm thinking, I'm like, what do I do next? Do I go, like, do I leave? Do I try to contact somebody? Like, I was trying to think, did we have like a home phone or an extra phone somewhere? But my first thought was the computer. And so I'm like, how do I get to the computer without him seeing me? And so I walk in the living room, and before I can even get there to the kitchen counter where the computer is, he comes back in. And keep in mind, he's like just as scared as I am. Like, I'm scared, he's scared, so it makes it's not like he's being super demanding, but he's more just like standing there staring at me. And I'm like, say something, or like tell me what you want, like I'll give you. I thought he was like trying to rob the house, so I was like, I'll give you whatever you want. But I don't know, he just stood there and stared at me, and he would keep going in and out the house, like in and out, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know what to do because he's being insane. And so the fact that he wasn't like super demanding and all that, he was more just like, it's not that he was calm, but he was almost like scared of me. Like, he didn't expect me to be there. And so I'm thinking, like, he's not gonna do anything. He finally goes out for what I thought was the last time. Like, he stayed out there for like 5 minutes. And so I was like, I looked out the window, he wasn't there. And so I was like, okay, he left. But I go grab the computer and I'm like, how can I contact somebody on here? Because it's not an Apple computer, so there's no like messages or any of that. So I'm like, how do I like email somebody or like get on social media? But I open the computer and the table, like the countertop where the computer is right here, and I'm standing behind it, and then the back door is in front of it. And so like before I can even get the computer open, really, he comes through the back door and shoots me. He comes in and shoots me right here, and I pass out a few times. I stand up and pass out, so I think it was a while before he came back in the house. And he finally comes back in, and I guess he had been out there thinking, like, I have to kill her now because she has seen me and I'm gonna go to jail. And so when he comes in, he says, I'm gonna kill you, and shoots me 2 more times. Oh my gosh, go back to your game. So yeah, that happens, and then after that he finally leaves. Like, he's gone after that with my phone and something else. He stole 2 things. I can't remember what the other thing was. I think it was keys. Like, he stole some of our keys for some reason. I really haven't thought about that. Anyway, so I'm just laying there and I'm like, can't really do anything now, but I keep trying to get on the computer for some reason. I keep standing up, passing back out. I'm just like, oh my god. So after like, I think 15 minutes passed, they got back home and came in and saw me, and they called 911. The ambulance came. They came pretty fast. I didn't think they would. And I still remember everything. Like nothing was really blurry. You would think it would be, but it wasn't. Like, I pretty much remember what went through my mind and like what the paramedics said and everything. So they came in. They nobody knew. Like, it was hard for me to talk for some reason. My dad thought that I think he thought that I like fell and busted my head open or something on the concrete, and I told him that like some guy came in and shot me. But I think that's what he told the paramedics, that I like busted my head open or something. But they came and they like had to cut all my clothes off to like see where I had been shot and like to verify that I had been shot. And so they did that. They got me into the ambulance, and we sat in the driveway, in my driveway, for like forever. I don't know, I think it was like 30 or 45 minutes that we just sat in my driveway in the ambulance. And they weren't even really doing anything. They were trying to get me airlifted, but for some reason they couldn't come, so they had to drive me in the ambulance. But on the way, they couldn't get a vein to like give me medicine and fluids and all that, so they had to do this thing where you drill like a, I guess like a nail or a screw into my like calf to give me fluids through there. I don't know why it's in the calf, but it hurt so bad. Like, the drilling in there didn't hurt that bad, but then once they like pushed the fluids in through it, it was like more painful than being shot. Like, that's the most pain I've ever felt in my life. But then like 5 seconds after they put those fluids in me, I was out. And I remember them shaking me and being like, are you still with us? Like every 3 seconds in the ambulance on the way there. So I don't really remember much about the ambulance ride, but I was told that the bridge on the way from Truman, where I live, to Memphis was like super crowded, and like there was a wreck or something on it, and so the ambulance couldn't get through. But I guess I was asleep at that point, and we had to call more cops there to like clear out the area for me. But yeah, that's all I remember about the whole thing. And then I woke up probably like 6 to 8 hours later. I had surgery and everything, and I woke up and all my friends and family were standing around me crying, and that's
Thank God I wasn't there.
yeah. You would, I don't know what you would have done if you were there.
I'll be on my knees bawling like a little baby.
Probably about to bawl like a little baby right now. But yeah, it's pretty much the story.
Now I'm going to answer the questions that were asked on Instagram from people that want to know a little more about the story, or like want to know a certain part. So the first question is, they said, how do you let someone know?
Dang, I wasn't prepared. I can't breathe. I didn't really let anyone know beforehand because I couldn't. But my dad got home finally after like 30 minutes. Not his fault. He was at Walmart, you know, it takes a while. But he finally came home, and I was dreading it. I was literally dreading him coming home because I knew he was going to be like freaked out, because he's my dad, you know, he loves me. But I knew he was going to be like so upset and everything.
Right.
And so, yeah, he got there and he opened the door, and I was ready for him to see me. I was waiting. He opened the door, put some groceries in the hallway, and walked back out.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And so like 30 more seconds passed. He came back with some more groceries, and then he saw me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the next question was, did the guy that shot you think you were dead after he shot you?
I don't really know what
When
he
he left.
thought. I mean, his intention was to kill me, but I don't know if he thought I was dead or not. He probably did, because he shot me 3 times, so
Right.
I should have been, but I'm not.
The next question is, they want to know, did you ever think you'll get shot?
No. And I never thought anyone would ever even like come into my house, because just because the garage opened does
Excuse me.
Just because the garage is open does not mean you're allowed to come in my house. I know it was kind of stupid to leave the garage open, but anyway, no, like you never think anything like that's gonna happen to you. Like that goes with everything. Like you never think something that crazy is gonna happen to you.
Like no one should think they'll get shot.
Yeah, but it did.
Next question is pretty simple. They said, how old were you?
15.
15. Wow.
15.
Age of 15 getting shot. Imagine that. It's not funny.
Sorry.
But where was your family at the time? Which you
Walmart.
already answered that.
They were at Walmart
Walmart.
getting groceries.
What was your first reaction when you saw him?
Oh, when I saw him?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, for a second, I thought it was my dad trying to mess with me, because I was like, this cannot be real, you know? But then once he started talking, I knew it obviously wasn't him. And so my first reaction was probably just like complete shock when I like found out that it wasn't him trying to mess with me.
Right. And the next question is, what was going through your mind during the time he was there? Like,
Is that not what you just said?
no, I said,
Oh,
what was your
my
first reaction? Now, what was like going through your mind? Like, what were you trying to do?
I told myself to like memorize everything about him,
Right.
which I did to some extent. Like I was able to tell the cops certain things, but some of it I forgot, like what he was wearing. I can't really remember. I think he was wearing jeans, but I remember like the mask, obviously, because that was a big part of it. There was a skull mask, and so I remember that. And then I remembered like his hair color, and then his tattoos, and the tattoos were like mainly the giveaway.
Alright, next question. It said, how bad did it hurt on a scale of 1 to 10?
Okay, so you would think that it'd be like an 11, but probably with the adrenaline, it was like a 6 or 7. Like it, I know. Like, you would think it would be so bad, but really,
6 or 7.
yeah, it was not that bad.
I think a cut is a BMS.
It was bad, but it wasn't unbearable. It wasn't like I was gonna, I don't know how to explain that. It might also be the fact that I passed out so many times that I don't even know, or I don't remember how bad it was. But yeah, from what I remember now, it was like a 6 or 7.
All right. So next question, was it?
Was it to lean on?
Was it like the movies? Like in the movie, like was the scene like a movie?
Part of it was, and part of it wasn't. The part that wasn't was before, like when you have this whole escape plan and like this, if someone ever comes in my house, I'm gonna grab a knife and like come at them or something, or leave. That's not reality. Like, you don't know what you're gonna do until you're in that situation. And I did a lot of stupid things. Don't know why, but I did. Probably should have just left. Or when he was outside, I could have locked the doors. That thought didn't go through my head. And so that part was completely opposite from movies. But after I got shot, it was exactly like the movies. Like, you stand there for a second, you grab it, you see the blood, and then I passed out. So that part was like exactly like the movies.
This is a pretty good question. It says, do you ever have flashbacks?
I did in the hospital. Like, I would have dreams about it in the hospital, but they weren't too bad. And ever since then, I thought when I came back home, I wasn't gonna be able to, like, if I ever stood in that same spot, I was gonna like freak out completely, but I was actually fine. Like, I never even think about it at home or anything. I never have dreams about it anymore or flashbacks.
That's good. And the next question is kind of like the scale of 1 to 10, but they want to know, how did it feel? Like, since you said it was like a 6 or 7,
okay,
how did it feel?
There's a way to like describe it exactly how it was, but some people don't even know what this is. If you've ever, if you've ever had a crick in your neck, like when you turn it too fast and it burns really bad, that's exactly what it feels like. Like, literally,
like a never-ending.
Yeah, it like tingles, but it's also like really hot. And
then one time you told me it felt like a cramp also.
Yeah.
Basically kind of like the same thing, but that's how I felt. Did it burn?
It tingled a lot. Like, I feel like it's really hard to explain. It's not like any other thing you've ever felt.
Right.
So it's hard to explain how it feels, but you know what? It's not tingling, it's more like vibrating. Like, it felt like my whole chest was vibrating for some reason.
Gotcha. Okay, so next question. It says, was a person ever convicted?
Yeah, they found him like 3 days after, and now he's in jail.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Next question is, how long was it before your parents came home, and do you remember their reaction?
It was like, actually, I don't really know, but it felt like maybe 15 minutes before they came home that I was passing out and waking back up and all that.
It might have been longer than 15 minutes.
It might have been.
Yeah.
But I think they had been gone for at least 45 minutes altogether. And so it was probably like 15 to 30 minutes. But when they came home, I remember my dad was the one who went to call 911, I think. I don't know, because I remember my stepmom just talking to me, like keeping me awake and saying like, you're so strong and you can do this, you're okay. Because she was like talking me through the whole thing. And I think my dad was the one who called 911. And the ambulance, like it's not called the ambulance station. What's it called? Where the ambulances are? I don't know. It's like right beside my house, so it took literally not that long. It took like a minute for them to get there. But yeah.
That's good.
They were just really like reassuring. They didn't freak out too much, which was good.
Right. And the next question is the best one, because I say the for last.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Okay, so it says, how has your relationship with God grown since the incident?
That's hard to answer. Like, I have to think about that one.
So basically, like, how have you, like, I don't know.
I guess then is when I realized that kind of everything happens for a reason, because for one, I have a little sister who just happened to not be there that day, and so that was part of it. And then just the fact that I was the only one there and I survived and nobody else got hurt was good. So I just feel like I was where he needed me to be, and that made me realize that, like, I don't know how to say this.
So you basically feel like he put you
So,
through it?
okay, I know. That's like the first time I have ever felt like I had an encounter with God. Like, before that, I still believed in him and went to church and prayed and read the Bible and everything. But that was the first time that I had ever, like, felt like I came in contact with him. So
You basically explained it on Instagram.
yeah,
Your testimony.
my testimony
It should be,
explains.
like, right
So the
here.
answer to that question is literally my Instagram post.
Right. So if
Right.
y'all want to know, like, what actually went through with the God situation,
Yeah.
just go check out her Instagram and it'll be on there.